what is cloud computing, why cloud computing, what is cost saving, right? Yeah. So before going to this, I want to clear some questions, question and answer. Yeah. So anyone joined today? Newly joined today? Online guys? Anyone joined newly today? Can you share your WhatsApp number and email address in the chat so that we'll provide you yesterday's recording, DevOps demo recording, and we provide you course content and some documentation. So in the chat, go to meeting chat. Can you provide your phone number, WhatsApp number, and email address so that we'll provide you demo recording, yesterday's recording. Yeah, I already shared my number, my mobile number. So my mobile number is 96422111711. Take down my number. This is my mobile number. So trainers, they never share their numbers, right? Yeah. So from Harsha Trainings, we share our numbers. You can take down this number. Fine. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about cloud introduction. Before going to this, so I want to clear some technical questions and general questions. Technical questions and general questions. Okay. So these are very important questions which I got from different students, different batches. Okay. So before going to cloud introduction, first we need to understand this. Okay. Yeah. First question here is what is the use of AWS and DevOps at industry level? Right. So what is the use of AWS? What is that? What is the use of DevOps? So what is the use of AWS? Why the project teams are using AWS cloud? So what are the importance here? Anyone having idea? For example, if you want to use physical server, physical server or physical infrastructure, okay. So AWS is cloud, right? It is all about infrastructure, right? Yeah. If you want to use physical infrastructure like local data center servers, local infrastructure, what we will do? So we need to place with the order. We need to place with vendors, right? For example, I required 100 servers to develop the application, right? So we need to place with the vendor, the servers we need to place with the vendor, and they take some time to deliver the servers. So once we receive the servers, we need to move to data center. Data center is a server room. So after that, we need to configure the servers. We need to install operating system, and we need to install patches, applications, right? So we need to configure all the configurations. So after that, we can move to production, right? That is the normal process in local data centers. We perform that, right? But once, yeah. However, with the introduction of cloud, everything has been changed now, right? So currently, we are using AWS cloud, Azure cloud, Google cloud, right? So these are the infrastructure, right? These are the cloud platforms. So when we use AWS cloud, when you require any server or when you require any storage, when you require any network, right? So AWS cloud is on-demand infrastructure, on demand. AWS or Azure or Google cloud. So this cloud infrastructure is on-demand infrastructure. What is on-demand? Anyone? What is on-demand?
When required.
Yeah, you are saying something.
Based on requirements,
Yeah.
whatever you are looking for the infrastructure, they will provide the.
Right. Okay. Fine. So on-demand is nothing but so whenever you need any resources, whenever you require any servers or storage or network, that should be available immediately within a minute, instantly, right? So for example, I required 10 servers. I'm working on some project. So my developer, in our project, we required 10 servers, right? So if I want to configure 10 servers, physical servers, it takes some time, but client will not wait that much of time, right? So that is why, so if you have Yeah, when we opt to cloud platform, instantly within a minute we can create 10 servers within a minute with all configurations, all packages, all plugins, right? Required required configuration like required RAM, required CPU, required hard drive, right? We required applications, required patches, plugins. We can create the servers within 1 minute, which is nothing but on demand. On demand is nothing but instantly, right? So when we create servers in AWS within a minute, so what will happen here? For example, so project required 10 servers, immediately I created servers. Time is saving right here. Time is saving, right? So instead of placing the order with vendor, so vendor deliver the servers in a 1 week, in a week time. So after that, we need to configure the server, right? We need to install patches, applications, whatever. After that, we can move to production, right? That will take some time, but cloud infrastructure. So instantly we can prepare the infrastructure, right? By single click, we can create n number of servers, not only 10 servers, not only 100 servers, right? So by single click, we can create 1,000 servers, 10,000 servers also in cloud platform, right? So here time is saving, right? And also when we go with cloud platform, when we go with cloud servers, costing also will be saved, costing, right? So client always look for the costing. So for example, if you want to configure physical server, so if you are spending, for example, if you are spending $100 for physical server, so when we go with cloud environment, when we go to cloud environment, we can spend $25 only. One third cost will be saved. So cloud is cost saving, time saving. So when we move to cloud, when we migrate our infrastructure to cloud, one third cost will be saved. That is why every project team, every organization, they are migrating to cloud infrastructure, right? So here main important thing is cost saving, time saving. These two are very important, right? So client always look for the cost saving and time saving. Fine. Yeah. So use of AWS is cost saving, time saving. Next one. What are the use of DevOps at industry level? Right? Yeah. So currently we are using DevOps tools to perform the activities, right? Yeah. So 8 years back in our project, so we were 180 members. Our team size 180 members. Currently we are 30 members. Why this much of drastic change? So 8 years back, our team size 180 members. Currently 30 members. So why that much of drastic change? Anyone? Because of automation. Automation, DevOps tools are there, right? So we are not doing any manual activities in our project. Okay, we are automating all the activities. So code movement, code merging, code pushing, code pulling, yeah. So these activities, automation activities, right? So these are all we move to automated way. We already configured automation tools, right? Yeah. Here, for example, yesterday, yesterday we discussed one scenario in demo session. So if you want to install Java on 1,000 servers, it takes 10,000 minutes. Each server 10 minutes, 10,000 minutes manually if you want to install Java. But by using DevOps tools, we can install within 1 minute on 1,000 servers, 10,000 servers also, right? Yeah, so normally in real-time projects, we get tickets, right? So every ticket will have SLA. Within that SLA, we have to close the ticket. Otherwise, what will happen? It will escalate to next level, right? Yeah. So here, by using DevOps tools, what we can do in automated way. By single click, we can deploy n number of applications. By single click, we can deploy code. We can pull the code, we can push the code, we can merge the code, right? We can work on automation activities like report generation, share fault creations, IP reservations, right? Yeah. So currently in our project, so we are 30 members because of the automation tools, right? So what are the use of DevOps at industry level here? So here cost saving, again cost saving, time also saving. Cost saving, time saving. So what the use of AWS? Infrastructure cost saving. On demand infrastructure you can create immediately. So what the use of DevOps at industry level? So here we are using automation tool to perform the activities, day-to-day activities, right? Like daily activities. Fine. So costing also saving here. So from 180 members to 30 members, this was reduced, right? So this is yeah, this is very important question. So I got this question from different students from different batches. What are the use of AWS and DevOps at industry level? Right? Any other questions? Anyone? Anyone having any other questions apart from this? Yeah. So here AWS infrastructure and DevOps tools mainly for cost saving, time saving. Okay. Yeah. Next question here is, so when DevOps process has been started in industry. So DevOps is not new process. It is very old process, right? It was started in 2008. It was started in 2008. So by the time we used to use very old tools like a Puppet. Puppet is one of the automation tool, which is Microsoft tool, right? So by using Puppet, we used to perform the automation activities. Okay. So currently we are using very advanced tools like Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Terraform, Jenkins, Maven. These are all very advanced tools, right? So to perform the automation activities, we are using very advanced tools currently. Next question here is, what business sectors DevOps been used? So not only IT industry, not only IT industry. So every industry, pharma industry, chemical industry, medicine, automobile industry, wherever we go, automation is the number one choice currently. Automation is the number one choice. So every organization, every industry they are using. So one of my friend is working with Reddy Labs. They are using Jenkins. One of my friend is working with some automobile company. They're using Kubernetes, right? So every organization, every industry, they are using automation tools to reduce the costing, to reduce the time, right? So automation is the number one choice. Every organization, every industry, they're trying to implement the automation, right? Next question here is, who are the teams involved in DevOps process? Yeah. So which teams involved, right? So development team involved, testing team involved here, a build and release team also involved, DevOps engineers also involved in this, right? So as a DevOps engineer, we need to coordinate with all the team members, all the teams, right? So we don't do any development as a DevOps engineer. We don't do any development. We don't do any testing, right? We do automation. We work on tickets. We coordinate with the different teams. Fine. Yeah. So like developers develop the code, tester they test the application, right? So build and release engineers also work on their respective activities. So as a DevOps engineer, so we need to coordinate with them. We need to work on automation tools, automate the activities, right? We perform the code movement, code merging, and we work on tickets, different tickets, BMC Remedy, and Jira, and ServiceNow. These are the ticketing tools, right? We work on ticketing tools. We work on tickets. Fine. Yeah. Next question here is, what are the tools involved in DevOps? What tools we are going to learn? Yes, this is important one. So what are the tools involved in DevOps? What tools we are going to learn? So these are the tools we are going to learn in our course. These are the tools we are going to learn. Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Nexus, Apache Tomcat, and Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. These are the these are the four important tools, core tools, advanced tools. Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. So we are going to learn this many tools, but we don't use all the tools in real-time projects. We don't use all the tools in real-time projects. So at least two or three tools only maximum we use. Two or three tools, two tools maximum. So one of my friend is working with Wipro. They're using Kubernetes and Jenkins. In our project, we are using Kubernetes, Docker, and Jenkins. So yeah, different companies they use Ansible like Verizon. I worked with Verizon Data Services. So in Verizon, we used to use Ansible, only Ansible, right? So some companies they are using Git and Jenkins, like that, right? So we are going to learn this many tools, but we don't use all the tools in real-time projects. Okay. So if you are good in at least two tools, you can easily crack your interview. If you are good in two tools like Jenkins Kubernetes or Git Jenkins Maven or Jenkins Docker, if you learn two tools, you can easily crack your interview. So if you learn these tools, all these tools, you can fit for any project, right? So all the tools are very easier to learn. You can work on tools, right? So Kubernetes, currently Kubernetes is very hot. Currently Docker, Kubernetes, these two are very hot because we are using digital sites, online shopping currently. Most of the yeah. So when you want to book any product, we are using online. When you want to have any product, right? Even groceries also we are booking, right? Groceries within 10 minutes they are delivering, like Jepto, Blinkit, right? Yeah, these are the digital sites, Reliance Trends and Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, right? These are all digital sites. So in digital sites, backend Docker Kubernetes are there. Docker Kubernetes. So when we book any product, yeah, immediately that is processing and they are delivering within minutes also, right? Within minutes. So groceries within minutes. Normally, I booked one mobile recently. Yeah, so it is Apple mobile. Okay, they delivered within 4 hours. They delivered within 4 hours, right? Yeah. So because currently we are using advanced tools to perform the back-end process, right? So here Docker, Kubernetes, these two tools are very core tools, advanced tools. So every digital application they are using Docker containers. Okay. Yeah. So while working on Docker, Kubernetes will go deep dive, right? So these four tools are very, very core tools, advanced tools. Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. Okay, yesterday we discussed about Ansible, right? Ansible, we discussed yesterday. Fine. So Docker is a container tool, Kubernetes is a orchestration tool, Terraform is a infrastructure automation tool, right? So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool, Maven is a build tool, Nexus is a repository tool, Git and GitHub also repository tools, right? So Apache Tomcat is application server. Okay, yeah. So these are the tools we are going to learn. So along with these tools, we are going to work on these three live projects. So CLC with AWS, Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat, live project with GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Kubernetes, and Jenkins, and a live project GCP, Terraform, or migration project. Okay, so these are the three live projects in real-time projects. How we build CSCD the same way we can build in our test app, right? Yeah. Any questions here? Anyone? Anyone having any questions here? Yeah. Yeah. So these are the tools we are going to learn. Next question here is, what are the certifications available in DevOps? Okay. Yeah. So certification is not mandatory. So if you are interested, you can write certification on Jenkins or Kubernetes or Docker certification, right? Yeah. So certification is not mandatory. So if you have certification, it would be added advantage. If you have certification, it would be added advantage. Yeah. So once you get into the project also, you can write the certification. You can clear the certification. Okay. Yeah.
For
If you,
each tool, you have
we don't require all the tools. We don't require all the tools. So either Jenkins or either Kubernetes or Docker. These are important certifications. Don't know. Yeah, we don't need to go with all certifications. Okay, but certification is not mandatory. So if you have certification, it would be added advantage. For example, four people attended the interview. One position is there. So three people, yeah, three people gone through all rounds, right? They shortlisted three people, but position is one position. By the time what they will do, they check any certifications are there, any extra qualifications are there, they check, right? Yeah, certification is not mandatory. So in our project, very few members are having certification. Okay, so it is not mandatory. Next one. So what certification we have to do as a DevOps engineer? Yeah, this question is repeated here. So as a DevOps engineer, if you want to write the certification, like you can write Kubernetes or Docker or Jenkins. Okay. Next question here is, as a student, what should be my expectation while learning DevOps? Yes. Yeah. So once complete our course is 3 months course, right? Once complete our course, at least you can showcase in your resume 3 years experience. That level of training will be provided. Once complete our course in your resume, you can showcase 3 years experience at least, right? So every tool will go deep dive, like Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, right? Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. These tools, every tool will go deep dive, right? Yeah. So Kubernetes is very hot currently. So Kubernetes, Docker. So we'll go deep dive, and while discussing the while working on some activities, I give you tips and tricks. I explain tips and tricks, and I provide you FAQs, challenges, day-to-day activities, right? Yeah. So every tool will go deep dive, and once complete our course, you can showcase in your resume 3 years experience, right? Any questions apart from this? These are the 8 technical questions. Now we'll move to general questions.
Okay, Ram, a question here. As you mentioned, after this training, we can there's a 3 years experience in the DevOps. So how
Hmm.
about the AWS or any of the cloud platforms?
Yeah, yeah. So AWS
It would be
also, yeah, in our course, AWS fully covered. So all the services will be covered in AWS. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
So Azure, Google Cloud, 30% cover, only 30%. Azure and Google Cloud. AWS 100% we cover in our course. Okay. But AWS is the primary platform, right? It is the AWS is the leader in the market. If you learn AWS, you can handle any platform. Okay. So
Okay.
if you are good in driving, you can drive any vehicle, right? Same way, if you are good in AWS, you can work on any cloud platform, not only Azure, not only Google Cloud, any cloud platform. We have 25 more clouds are there in the market, right?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Before moving to general questions. Yeah. So first question here is, who is the who is eligible to learn AWS and DevOps, right? So if you want to learn AWS and DevOps, AWS or DevOps or AWS and DevOps, right? Yeah. So we don't have any prerequisites here. Anyone can learn, anyone can switch their current role to DevOps and cloud role, right? So because DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, DevOps role, cloud role required. So at least 40 commands covered in our course. Linux also will be covered in our course. So Linux will take 3 to 4 sessions. Okay. Linux basics also will be covered. We required nearly 40 commands that will be covered, and user management will be covered, and folder structure will be covered. Right. Services will be covered in Linux. Okay. So we require Linux commands, 40 commands that will be covered in our course. Right. So currently testers, developers, they're switching their current role to DevOps role because everywhere automation, right? So every organization they're looking for automation. Fine. So anyone can learn AWS and DevOps, anyone can switch their current role to AWS and DevOps. Even non-IT guys also, non-IT guys also, they're switching their current role to DevOps role. So in my previous batch, one of the one person is having civil background, civil engineer. He switched from civil to DevOps. So currently he's in Virtusa. Okay, he joined in Virtusa with very good package. Okay, so one of the student become graduate. He switched from non-IT to IT, right? So he cracked the entry in one of the MNC company, which is yeah. So which is Small, it is big company. NGA, which is in a DLF building. NGA, North Gate Arresto, which is very big company. NGA. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So anyone can switch their current role to DevOps and cloud role, right? So it is there is no prerequisites here. So we don't require any developing knowledge here. We don't require any testing knowledge to switch DevOps. Okay. So in our course, Linux will be covered, and some basics. What is server? What is switch? What is network? What is router? What is IP address? What is subnet mask? Gateway, firewalls. These basics will be covered. So before going to cloud, first we will learn basics: servers, networks, switches, load balancers. These are all will be covered basics. So once you understand these basics, then slowly we'll enter into cloud platform. Okay. Yeah. So to learn AWS and DevOps, we don't require any prerequisites here. Okay. So anyone can switch to DevOps and cloud. Next question here is, what is education background required to learn AWS and DevOps? Education background, yeah, so any background, not only MTech, not only BTech, not only MCA, right? So any education background. So in our, yeah, in my in our project, so BCom graduates are there, diploma electronics case are there, mechanical engineers are there, and one person is having pharma like BCA, B Pharmacy, sorry, B Pharmacy background, right? Yeah, so B Pharmacy guy also joined into IT, right? So any education background, okay? So if you are good in technically, so definitely can crack your interview, you can cope up in the projects, okay? Yeah, any education background. Next one, what are the prerequisite to start learning AWS and DevOps? So here, as we discussed, there is no prerequisites here, right? So we are going to learn Linux commands, Linux concepts, right? So Linux required for DevOps tools to handle Ansible and Terraform. We required few Linux commands, okay? Those will be covered in our course. Next question here is, what are the job opportunities in today's market? Yes, this is very important question, right? So currently, what are the job opportunities? So if you go and search in Naukri, this type yes, DevOps and search like this. See here, how many jobs are there? 46,700, right? So 8 months back, this was 1.4 lakh. 8 months back. Currently, some recession going on in US, right? That is why this is reduced. Maybe after 1 2 months, this will be increased to 1 lakh, right? So currently openings are there. People are placing projects, right? But less openings compared to compare with like last 6 months back, 8 months back, we used to see 1 lakh, more than 1 lakh, 1.4 lakh, 1.3 lakh like that, right? So currently 46,700. So this would be changed very soon. Okay, yeah. See here, one day ago, one day ago, one day ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, like this. So if you want to check fresher jobs, so very less openings are there for freshers currently. So it will be this will be increased. So if you want to check fresher jobs, you can put in zero. See here, 905 jobs, 0 to 4, 0 to 4, 0 to 8, like this. Okay. So if you search here, only AWS jobs. Here, only AWS. Okay. So like this. So AWS and DevOps currently, so many openings are there. So people are placing in yeah, even last week also 3 members joined in one of the 3 members placed into one of my ex-colleague is there. Their project, two members joined. So one more guy joined into Cognizant this last week. Okay. So in my 71 batch, guys, 71 batch. This is 74 batch. Currently, our batch number is 74 batch. 71 batch, guys. They placed into MNC companies.
Already experienced person or freshers?
One guy is fresher. Two are experienced guys. Yes. Yeah. Next question here is, so these are the job opportunities, right? So this is only Naukri. If you go to LinkedIn and Monster Times Jobs, you can see plenty of openings. Okay. Yeah, this is only Naukri. Next question here is, so should I have to be a certified in AWS and DevOps to be eligible for job position? Yeah. So as we discussed, certification is not mandatory, right? So AWS and DevOps certification is not mandatory. So if you want to write only, you can write cloud certification, at least one cloud certification like AWS or Azure. So in cloud we have two papers. In AWS we have two papers. Azure we have two papers. First paper is yeah, associate level. That is enough to you. Associate level. AWS Solution Architect Associate, AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate. That is for first paper in AWS. So that is enough to you. It is not mandatory. So if you want to write, so DevOps certification is not required here. Clear, right? Any questions up to here, anyone? So we have few more questions. Yeah. Next question here is, yeah, can I get help in resume preparation, clearing certification exam? Yes, I can help you. I will help you. So to clear the exam, okay. So if you want to write your own, I provide you dumps, all the dumps. You can prepare and you can write. So if you want to, if you need any help to clear the exam, definitely I clear your exam, right? I give you support to clear the exam. Next question here is, what is the duration of this course? This course is 3 months course. End-to-end training. So 3 months course, daily 1 hour. So it may take 1 week plus or minus. Okay, it may take 1 year, 1 week plus, right? Yeah. So yeah, daily 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Yeah. So sometimes I'll take Saturdays also. Saturdays also. So if any workshops are there, definitely we'll connect on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay. Yeah. Next one. What if I miss any class due to some emergency? You'll get recording, right? You can go through recording. You can go through recording. If you have any questions, you can ask me, right? Yeah. So every day you get recording. You can go through the recording, and if you have any questions, you can note down the questions and you can ask me. Or else, every batch will have one WhatsApp group. Every batch we create one WhatsApp group. So while practicing, if you get any errors, issues, you can take the screenshot and you can post into the group like this. These are the groups here: 72, 70, 69, 73 also there. 73 9 a.m. batch. While practicing, see here, if you face any issues, you can take the screenshot and you can post into the group. See here, these are the screenshots, right? Yeah. So every batch, minimum, see here, 35 members. This 30, 38 members, right? So minimum 35 members will be there. Every batch, minimum 35 members. So in our batch today, very less people joined. So it would be 30, 35 members minimum. Okay. Yeah. So our batch is 74. Batch number is 74.
groups are only 3 months or
Not 3 months. Yeah, longer time. Yeah, we can keep as is. See here, these are the groups. Still groups are there. So yeah, and also we post some openings here. Whatever openings are there, jobs are there, we post in the groups. See here, daily our people are posting. Yesterday, see here, two companies they're asking DevOps. So Hyderabad DevOps engineer, right? This is yesterday, day before yesterday also. See here, Tuesday, Tuesday they posted or not? Yeah, yesterday. Okay, Monday they posted these companies, right? And the last Friday, yeah, they posted something here. And before that, see here, these are the openings. These are the openings, 17th. So our backend team, they post some openings like this. See here, these are the openings. These are the openings, right? So like this, these are the previous batches, old batches, right? So every day our people, they post some openings, whatever openings are there, that we can apply. Here email address is there, right? We can apply. We'll get calls. Fine. Yeah. Next question here is, are we going to build any project from scratch? Yes, we are going to build 3 live projects. Okay, from scratch. So CLCD with Git, Jenkins, Maven, Tomcat, CLCD with Kubernetes, and a migration project. 5 projects we are going to work on. Right. In real-time projects, how we can build the same way in our sessions also we build the tools, all the tools. Right? Yeah. So we don't require. Yeah, we required at least we required one laptop, internet. That's it. We don't need to buy any licensing. Okay. So all the tools are freeware. So we connect to cloud, AWS. In cloud only you can build the infrastructure. Okay. You don't need to download any packages into your laptop. Don't need to install in your laptop. You directly connect to cloud. In cloud only you can build the infrastructure. We can deploy the applications. We deploy tools, right? Yeah. So you require one laptop. That's it. Fine. Next one. Are you going to provide any soft copy of the material? Yes, I provide you soft copy. All the concepts, all the concepts like AWS concepts, Azure concepts, GCP concepts, DevOps tools also. Every concept I provide you soft copy. Okay. So one hard copy also will come. One hard copy also you receive. So one book will be provided. Okay. Yeah. Next one, how should I work on my practical and business requirements? Yes. So in AWS, what we will do, in AWS, we create a free tier account, free account. That is 1 year free. So in that, everyone can connect. So I explained in my console, I explained in my AWS console. So everyone will have, here, this is AWS platform. So I explained in my AWS console. So you can practice in your console. You can practice in your console. This is AWS cloud platform. In AWS, we can build all the infrastructure. We can integrate all the tools like Kubernetes, Jenkins, Docker, Ansible, right? All the tools we can integrate with the AWS. This is a cloud infrastructure, right? So here we can build all the tools. We can work on AWS. Okay. So while working on Azure Google Cloud, also I'll show you how to integrate. Okay. This is 1 year free account. We can use this account 1 year free without any charges. Next one. What kind of support I get after the training completes? Yes, this is also important question. Okay, so coming 3 months, yeah, definitely can ask any questions. I provide you support. But after complete the training, after training completes, what will happen? Until you get job, if you need any technical support, definitely I provide. So if you need any job support, that is different way, different one. Okay, I cannot provide job support. I can provide you technical support. If you have any questions, you can ask me anytime. Yeah, so my previous batch students, they were placed in some companies. Still they are asking, calling, they WhatsApp, right? Yeah. So one of the student is from 15th batch, 3 years back. He learned DevOps. He's in Australia. His name Prabhu. Still is in touch. Sometimes he will WhatsApp. He WhatsApp me. He call me. He's asking about Jenkins issues, troubleshooting issues, right? So even yesterday also he called me, right? He called me. He was getting some errors in Jenkins. So I provided one document. Just follow this document, you'll get solution, right? Yeah. So after training completes, until you get job, I provide support if you need any technical support. Okay. Yeah, I give you guidance how to crack the interview, tips and tricks, right? How can we cope up in the projects, right? So mock interviews I'll take mock interviews, okay, and FAQs, questions. Fine. Next question here is, what are the current salary packages in the market? This is the last question, which is very important question. Can you mute everyone? Some background noise is coming here. Any questions, anyone? If you have any questions, you can ask now.
If we get the job before completing the course, can you show how to run, I mean, a sample on our own project?
Sample project, right?
No, no. What's my question means? So you, before completing the course, if suppose if we get a job means, you can show
Hmm.
me in our project how to run, how to deploy the code.
Yes,
You
yes,
can help on
yes,
that part.
yes, yeah. So one of the student, his name Balakrishna, is in US. So once complete the Jenkins, he cracked the interview. Once complete the Jenkins is in middle.
Mm,
So after a month, he got the job in US. He joined into Infosys in US with very good package on Jenkins only. With very good package, 1.4 lakh dollars per annum. It's around 8 lakhs rupees per month, Indian currency,
mhm.
right? Yeah, even within 3 months, so many people crack the interviews. Once complete the Jenkins, you can apply. Once complete the Ansible, you can apply. Once complete the Docker, you can apply. So I provide you, I show you projects, how to build the project, how to work on the project, right? So as per, yeah, while attending interviews, we get JD, right? We get JD, job description.
Mm.
If you need any question, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. Definitely explain.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. For how many days the videos can be saved?
Yeah. So 1 year. 1 year.
1 year, and it will be shared through the Google Drive or any some application that should be licensed, or you will give a license for it.
Google Drive. Google Drive.
Only the
Google Drive.
Google Drive. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Fine. So what are the current salary packages, right, in the market? Yeah. So current salary packages, like if you, yeah, normally developers, testers, and build and release engineers, admins, testers, developers. So 1 is to 1.5 range packages would be on an average salary packages 1 is to 1.5, right? Like if the person is having 3 years experience, they get 4.5 lakh. That is average salary I'm talking about, not exact salary. Okay. So if you switch to DevOps, it would be 1 is to 3. 1 is to 3. You understand, right? So on an average salaries for developers, testers, and admins, 1 is to 1.5. 1 is to 1.5. So if you switch to DevOps, 1 is to 3. So if the person is having 3 years experience, is getting 9 lakhs package. My younger brother recently cracked the interview. He's having 3 years experience. He got 15 lakhs package, right? Yeah. So packages are very good. One of my ex-colleague is switched from Capgemini to HSBC. So he's having 8 years experience. He got 39 lakhs package. on Kubernetes. We crack the interview on Kubernetes. Yeah, 39 lakh packages, right? So packages are very good currently. This is the right time to grab. Fine. So we are going to learn nearly 10 DevOps tools. If you are good in at least 2 or 3 tools, you can crack your interview, right? So every tool will go deep dive, but every day you need to practice. Every day you need to practice. Fine. Yeah. So these are the questions which I collected from different students from different batches.
What is the future of cloud?
Future of the cloud and future of the cloud and DevOps or cloud.
Both.
Yeah. So coming 15 to 20 years, the market would be like this one. Minimum 15 to 20 years. Minimum 15 years. Since 2012, I'm seeing cloud market, right? Cloud and DevOps. So market is growing like this. Jobs are increasing, projects are increasing, companies are migrating to automation cloud, right? Yeah. So it will not go away, right? So coming 15 years minimum, the DevOps market and cloud market would be like this one. So AWS, Azure, GCP, these are the topmost platforms, right? So these are, yeah. So these are the very core platforms. We have other platforms also, but so these platforms, yeah, AWS implemented in 2000, 2002. They started 2002, right? But slowly, they added so many services, right? So other platforms also they integrated the service, same services, whatever implemented by AWS, right? Yeah. So AWS is having auto scaling different services. Using that services, we can, yeah, for example, we can scale up resources whenever needed, right? So here, very quickly, the processing will be happened. So we are talking about on demand, right? On demand. For example, we are using IRCTC ticketing system, IRCTC ticketing system, right? So IRCTC, normal time you can book the tickets easily. Tatkal time, what will happen?
Blocks.
Right? Site will not be open, session timeouts will be happened. But AWS is having very good service which is auto scaling, right? So normally IRCTC is government side that is using old process. They are following the old process. But if you go with Flipkart, Amazon shopping site, implemented already auto scaling, already migrated to AWS, right? So all digital sites, all online shoppings, all the yeah core applications they migrated to AWS already, right? So that is why cloud and DevOps minimum 15 years. I'm guarantee. Yeah, I'm seeing last 11 years. It is increasing like this. Year on year, market is increasing, right? Yeah. So DevOps is automation completely, right? So DevOps is also same, right? So DevOps maybe 1 or 2 tools may be added in future, but DevOps will not go away. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
Okay. There is no involvement of Java, Python, nothing is
Not
required,
required.
no?
Not required. We don't
No
require any
scripting
Java.
languages are required.
Not required. So here you are asking scripting language, right? Yeah, scripting basics required here.
Basic.
Yeah, script. Even Python scripting also will be covered in our course.
Okay.
Python basics also will be covered. Okay. Yeah. So this is I'll show you that in our course. See here, AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. These are the three cloud platforms will be covered, and Linux basics also will be covered. So Git, GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Nexus, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. These are all the tools, and Python scripting also will be covered here. Okay, and also in Ansible, we use YAML script, YAML scripting. That also will be covered. So in Terraform, we use a TF script, small scripts, very user-friendly scripts. Okay, we don't need to go that scripting language. Okay, so yeah, it is very easier, very hand so even Ansible is providing all the reusable scripts. Ansible, they provide all the reusable scripts that we can take, we can customize, and we can reuse. whenever needed. Simple scripts. Okay, fine. So any questions here? So tomorrow we discuss about this cloud introduction, right? So before going to cloud, I wanted to clear these questions. Once the questions are cleared, yeah, you will understand the process, right? So subject. So if you have any questions, right? So the question should be cleared first, right? That is why, yeah, we discussed about this question and answers. So our batch is already started from yesterday. So batch will not be postponed, right? So every day 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. IST. So the timing is fixed. Okay. So already WhatsApp group created. Already people are added into WhatsApp group also, right? So if you are interested, you can make the fee by today or tomorrow, and you can add into WhatsApp group.